Okay, people. So, waiting for the lights to change. It's the new film from Linh Tran. She co-wrote it with Jules Santos and Delia van Praag. It is produced by Jules Santos, Sam Straley, and Jake Rutger. Executive produced by James Choi. David Foy is on cinematography. Elijah Gray edits the piece. Meg Moore is on production design. And our cast, we have got Joyce Ha plays Kim. Jin Park plays her friend Amy. Quan Chi is her cousin Lynn. Her boyfriend, Kim's boyfriend Jay, is played by Sam Straley. And then there's Jay's friend Alex, who's played by Eric Barrientos. So the gist of the film is this, right? Over the course of a week-long beachside getaway, Amy, having recently undergone dramatic weight loss, finds herself wrestling between loyalty to her best friend Kim and her attraction to Kim's new boyfriend. So, yeah, there you go, people. Now, I will say, waiting for the lights to change is a really fitting, title, really, because we have these young people in this beach house. And over the course of these few days, right, there's a lot of reconnecting, a lot of kind of reflecting, right, on life and love and friendship. And you feel that some of them are waiting for this big change, right? Like with Amy, she's lost all of this weight. But you kind of get the feeling things haven't necessarily all fallen into place for her, where she might have thought, oh, doing this will bring this, right? And it's not quite working out. It's that reevaluation of how close you are to people, right? Because I think both Amy and Lynn haven't seen Kim in a while, right? Lynn hasn't seen Kim for 10 years because Lynn lives in China. Amy and Kim haven't seen each other for a while. So I think there's that thing where sometimes people romanticize, right? It'd be like, oh, we were so close. We did all of these things. Oh, I remember when. But you forget about the finer details, right? Of the fact that there were all these arguments, right? You didn't really agree on these things. You thought it was odd because they did this stuff. Someone smokes, someone drinks, someone does drugs. The others aren't down. So there's all of these different clashes, but all you kind of recall is, oh, we laughed so much that night, right? So then when you meet up again, you're going over, those happy memories, but you're seeing all of those things that bugged you the first time around and you'd forgotten, and you're like, wait, why do I hang with this person? I hate smoking, right? I hate this. This isn't fun. So all of these things come up and you're starting questioning yourselves. Not like, it's funny because not a lot is happening, right? Not a lot is happening with this film, but right, it's really interesting watching everything that's going down, right? There's an intimacy to these shots. So much so, you feel like you're being a voyeur, right? You're sneaking looks at these people, and it's just like, oh no, they don't know I'm here. Oh, but you're this fly on the wall watching everything happen, right? And that's, yeah, there's something very compelling about that, right? It's funny because when you have these young people talking about love and just all of these sorts of things, right? You understand that they don't really have a whole heap of reference points to call back on, right? So their interpretation isn't the interpretation. They're going to change a whole heap, but it's always interesting because there's this naivety, this innocence to some of the thoughts that are spiraling around their heads. You know, there's a meanness, things, right? It's that, well, I want this, so I'm going to do it. And everyone seems conflicted in some way, right? That's the crazy thing. Everyone has something that's going on. And you're just like, yo, what are these people doing? You know? Because you think, are they really friends? Right? What is the thing binding them all together? Like we see some really, some off key moments, right? People a bit grimy, you know, which is very interesting. We don't get all the answers. You know what I mean? We don't get all the answers to everything we see. But what we do have feels real, right? It definitely feels like these are real people living this experience. Because we have shots of them sitting in, little rooms, smoking, talking. Sometimes the rooms are dark, right? And it's not trying to make the room light so everyone can see all the fine details. No, right? There's a lot of shadow and everything like this. So the fact that you can't see everything sometimes brings you closer to what's happening, which, is definitely, you're probably thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? But I think it's like, because it's not necessarily trying to have this glossy end scene, right? So what we are seeing are these flawed people in these flawed situations. Just the clothes. There's a bit when Amy and Alex are sitting outside, and when Amy gets up, she's got grass stains on her trousers. And just that little detail, that was great, because we don't always get that, right? Sometimes people are just walking around in dirty situations and there's not a mark on them, and you're just like, wait, huh? You can't walk through there and not get dirty. Like, what's happening here? So it's that level of detail to the story, to the situation, to their surroundings, that helps bring you into the story, because there's nothing to take you out of it from what you're seeing. There's nothing that, wait, that's weird. You wouldn't do that. Or, how come? Like, there's none of that. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. It's a refreshing story, and as I said, not a whole heap happens, but that's fine, because it's about these people trying to come to terms with everything, trying to work out, okay, how do we do this? You know what I mean? Like, how do we function in this situation? Right? What do I do with these feelings that I have? So you have all of this stuff happening, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's a little odd at times, you know, but you are just compelled to watch. You don't want to turn away. You don't want to miss, your voyeurism of these friends trying to work stuff out, right? So okay, so yes, it is playing on the 28th, having its SoCal premiere at the TCL Chinese Theatre at 9:45 p.m. people, right? On Wednesday the 28th of June. So, like everything else, the ticket link and everything else is on the website. So, if you like those slice of life stories, right, those intimate tales of people trying to navigate a situation, then I think waiting for the lights to change, will connect with you. Right. So as I said, look, it's not crazy action from pillar to post, but yeah, it's just this interesting look at the lives of these so-called friends over this period of time. So yeah, give it a look, people. Waiting for the lights to change.